Hello, welcome back. All right, so we are gonna continue from where we stopped. Um, we are gonna be looking at some problems and the solution. Okay, and here I have a question. It goes this way. The very first, prove the identities. All right. The very first question is one all over bracket open one plus sine t plus one over bracket open one minus sine t is equal to six square t. So basically, we are to prove that what we have at the left hand side is equal to the expression at the right hand side. Okay, so invariably we need to simplify this identity to have what the right hand side. Okay, and that is the proof. So now let me start with the very first question. Okay, so the very first thing I'm going to do is to simplify this fraction. The LCM of the fraction is 1 plus sine t, then 1 minus sine t. So now if I divide 1 plus sine t divided by 1 plus sine t, it will cancel. I'm left with 1 minus sine t. 1 minus sine t multiplied by 1, I will have 1 minus sine t. Then I bring down the plus. 1 minus sine t divided 1 minus sine t cancels 1 minus sine t. I'm left with 1 plus sine t. Then I now use it to multiply 1. I'm going to have 1 plus sine t. Okay, so now collecting like terms at the numerator. So I'm having minus sine t plus sine t, that is 0. Okay, so I'm now left with 1 plus 1, which is 2. It's going to be 2 all over 1 plus sine t okay, then bracket open 1 minus sine t. Now if you look at the denominator of the fraction, this is difference of 2 square. Okay, of course, you know difference of 2 square. The two brackets have the same expression. The only difference is that one is plus, while the other one is minus. So difference of 2 square. And this is how we simplify the difference of 2 square. Of course, you know that's going to be 1 square minus the second expression minus sine square t. Okay, only difference of 2 square. So it's going to be equal to 2 all over 1 minus sine square t. Of course, 1 square is 1. Okay, then minus sine square t. So let's look at where do we get this expression, where does it come from? Now let's look at the very first identity. Okay, remember the very first identity that we had, that we actually derived. Remember that sine square theta, okay, sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So invariably now, if I should make cos square theta the subject, so cos square theta is going to be equal to, or better still, let's, if I want to make sine square theta the subject, okay, sine square theta is going to be equal to 1 minus cos square theta. So that's exactly what I'm going to. So I'm going to substitute sine square theta by 1 minus cos square theta. So this is going to be equal to 2 all over 1. Then sine square theta minus sine square theta, which is already 1 minus cos square theta. So that's going to be minus, I have to put that in a bracket, all right? 1 minus cos square theta. All right, so let's simplify this. Let's open the bracket. If I open the bracket, I'm going to have 1 minus 1. Minus into minus is plus, right? That's going to be plus cos square theta. 1 minus 1 is 0, okay? So I'm left with 2 all over cos square theta. And of course, this is the same as saying 2 times 1 all over cos square theta is the same. This will still give me this, all right? And of course, 1 all over cos square theta, we already know that that is a inverse, okay? Inverse trigonometry, that is sec. So that's going to be 2 sec square theta, okay? And that is has proven that. Okay, so we are not using theta, we are using t, all right? So I use the angle is t, not theta. So just replace that by t. So the angle is t. So it has actually proven that 2 sec square t. Okay, so you can actually change this to t, and that is the very first question. Now let's look at the second question. Here we go. Let me clean up. So here we are to prove that sine t all over 1 plus cos t. Actually use this. So how do I do that? I would do what? Of course, this is a single. I'm not simplifying this fraction. This is already a single fraction. Okay, the fraction has been simplified. So the only thing I can do is to actually split it or separate it. Remember this. Okay, is that what I should do? Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. What I would do to this particular fraction is that I'm going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. That's what I will do. Okay. I'm going to multiply it by the conjugate. The conjugate of the denominator is 1 minus cos t. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply sine t by the conjugate of this, which of course is 1 minus cos t. And whatever you do to the numerator, you also do to the denominator. So I'm going to also do that. I will have 1 plus cos t multiplied by 1 minus cos t. Okay, so let's actually evaluate that. Opening the bracket at the numerator, I'm having sine t multiplied by 1, that is sine t, then minus sine t cos t. Sine t cos t. Okay, so at the denominator, this is the difference of 2 square, which is same as 1 square minus cos square t. So that's going to be 1 minus cos square t. And you know very well that cos square t, okay, should, okay, take note from our first identity. If I make cos square t the subject, cos square t, okay, let me separate that first. Okay, so now our cos square t is going to be equal to 1 minus sine square t. So that's going to be equal to, so what I'll now have is sine t minus sine t cos t divided by 1 minus bracket open. Cos square t is 1 minus sine square t. So if we go by this, 1 minus 1 is 0, and minus into minus is plus. I'm going to have sine t minus sine t cos t, then divided by plus that's sine square t. So now I can now separate the, okay, I can separate the fraction. Okay, so let me get to know what I'm actually looking for, right? So I'm going to separate the fraction. It's going to be sine t all over sine square t minus sine t cos t all over sine square t. So this cancels. Have 1 all over sine t. This also cancel. I have cos t all over sine t. So, okay. So this is gonna be 1 over sine t is basically cosec t, and the cos t all over sine t is the inverse of tan. Okay, that is cot t. So this is actually the identity. Okay, probably there's a mistake with what they gave us, what I'm supposed to arrive at. Yeah, there's a mistake here. This was supposed to be at the numerator, not a reciprocal. Okay, cosec t, and of course it's minus. Yeah, what I have here is minus. Okay, so I guess there's some mistake there. So that's my answer: cosec t minus cot t. All right, so we're going to look at more in the next video. All right, so see you in the next video. Thank you very much.